Shape Fight is an animated short film from the 1960s produced by the National Film Board of Canada. I remember seeing this as a kid in the 90s when the NFB used to put compilations of short films together for Canadian networks. And I remember it so vividly that if it weren't for forcing one of my babysitters to sit down and watch it with me, I probably would have thought it was a fever dream. The film starts with squares living their square lives. They say polite hellos to one another, and they go about their day. Except for this guy. This guy's a fucking racist. He watches this circle walk by, and these two squares literally fall over one another like they can't believe what they're seeing. Not unlike Karen from the suburbs seeing a trans for the first time. The squares have the audacity to start following our circular friend here. They, like a large portion of white America, need a lesson in minding their own fucking business. Our circular friend is clearly disturbed, as you would be if two dudes just started following you for no reason. And if they weren't already audacious enough, this one dude just pushes him over and starts treating him like a soccer ball. I need to take a second here to point out that I really like the way that the dialogue is told from these abstract shapes that come from the character's mouth, but more on that in a second. Thankfully, a couple other circles come along and see what's happening, which forces our racist scumbag squares here to back off like they weren't doing anything. And quick aside, if there was a couple other circles just down the road from here, that means that there are definitely more than just this one circle in town. Yellow square. You racist f***. Holy shit, did that circle just Fusroda? Yes, he did. And soon an all-out battle of dialogue breaks out. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will apparently maim you in this nightmare dimension. The squares run and the circles give chase, and I'm sure that somebody will say something about how they should be above it, but the squares were outright assaulting that circle earlier. Fuck those guys. The circles catch up and the squares here get some instant karma until, oh no! Another square, and civilization's greatest enemy! Lack of context. The new square decides that his dudes obviously can't be in the wrong here. They look like him. And decides to call for reinforcements. Based on what we've already seen, is all the language in this universe weaponized? Is there some square down the road that's going to get Morse code to the back of the head because it wasn't paying attention? What is its range? How much damage does it do based on a scale of 0 to 100, where 100 is bright and chipper and 0 is dead? These are questions I'll never have the answer to, because now I need to know, did these shapes have nothing better to do with their day than to come take part in a street fight? The battle is on. And do you think that circles have some sort of internal organ to prevent them getting dizzy when they spin like that? Sad music begins to play as chunks of flesh fly in the air. This racist asshole has been stuck on his head for a while, but the rest of the shapes continue to beat on each other with dismembered body parts. Wow. Dark. The yellow guy is finally back on his feet, and he grabs a chunk of his buddy to go in for the kill, but whoa! That's an octagon. And octagons are apparently okay with this square dick. He looks around and comes to a realization. Everyone's an octagon now. That means there's no need to fight because everyone's the same. Until the angry mob realizes that he's still a square and they descend on him. But it's okay, he's an octagon now. These dudes who were literally kicking someone just moments ago for looking different sure are okay with having new shapes. But it's just as well, because everything's peaceful now. Because after all, when we're all the same, there's nothing to fight about. But then, just when all is happy, a lone pyramid walks by our two original characters who just can't help but look. This is a really perfect ending. For a while, I thought it was going to go all virtue signally, like, oh, when we're all the same, there's no need to fight. But the fact that the pyramid sticks his tongue out at these two who clearly have not learned shit is a really cheeky nod from the animators like, yeah, humans are assholes, we know. I love it. Almost 60 years later, this animation is still a joy to watch. I'll put a link in the description below, and in the meantime, end transmission.